calendar is back. We had a week off, but it's back for round 20. And there's some absolute crackers in this round. Some really, really tough ones to call. Not least that first game on Thursday evening, which you can check out with FRUK over on YouTube. But let's get into these predictions. Nevers v Colomiers, a game that is very nicely poised actually at this point in time, because Nevers did have the second strongest home record in the league before Christmas, and they have not won a game since Christmas, with a defeat at home. They were humped by Provence, and then they drew at home to Mont-de-Marsan being at the time with 0 points on the road. So they are struggling. They really needed that break. Colomiers, on the other hand, are the strongest away side in the league in terms of wins per game. So they're 6 wins out of 9, which is pretty impressive, really, and that is why they are flying high at the top of the league. Nevers, as I said, are really struggling. So let's get into these team news and what you can look out for in that FRUK game on YouTube this Thursday evening. First of all, Nevers, really interesting thing, is an all-Georgian front row, and the average age is like 22, I think. They are all GIF, or Ungiadze is on his way to becoming GIF. He's been snapped up early, so that's quite interesting. The main man to look out for with Nevers is kind of quite obviously Perry Mayo. He was top try scorer in the league in the first half of the season. He hasn't scored since Christmas, perhaps indicative of Nevers' malaise since Christmas. But he's a brilliant finisher, 23, definitely one to look out for. He's committed to the club long term as well. The other one to call out is Mathis Belobra, big physical centre, has played a couple of games for Clermont this season. He's on loan from Clermont, so definitely a young talent there to look out for in that back line, potentially linking up quite nicely with Perry Mayo. On the bench, there's going to be some big impact from Kevin Noah and Mamadou Koulibaly. Koulibaly is a fantastic athlete, great work rate. Kevin Noah, brilliant ball carrier, quite aggressive. Discipline's an issue, but he's a really, really good ball carrier. For Colomiers, it's a pretty strong side. It's not absolute full noise, particularly in the pack. Luca Plateret is a guy that, if you've watched any of these previews, you will know I'm a huge fan of, but particularly relevant in this game because he was at Nevers last season. He's come through at Nevers. He absolutely bangs people in defence and a great ball carrier, and he is going to be bang up for it in this game. So look out for him. He's probably going to be the best forward on the pitch. Big fan of Thomas Adelaide as well in that second row, but a little bit weaker in that back row other than Plateret. There's a few changes there. They've got Caleb Teamy on the bench, which is big, but then they've got Ray Nu'u back at 12, which is a huge thing for their kind of go forward and gain line, but they've rested both their first choice fly halves, and they've gone with Max Auriac, a very talented player at fly half. They kind of really, he played under 20s with the likes of Louis Bielbiere and Emilien Gaeton and guys like that, so he's kind of got that calibre from Toulouse as well. Can he kind of kick on? They're hoping for him to progress. He's alongside Jules Donglot, who was really good at Toulon at times last year and over the past couple of seasons. So, but it is the second choice halfbacks, and that's kind of telling for this game. They can run riot, those two, especially with Theo Giral linking in at fullback as well. But I just don't think they've quite got the firepower for me. Rich is going for Colomiers in this game. They've got a really good record away from home, and Nevers are really in a sticky patch. I think that break might have helped them. I think this is probably quite a good matchup for Nevers, so I'm going for Nevers. But if you've got any questions on these two sides, get in touch, stick them in the comments. We've got loads of info, and check out our All Things Rugby preview as well if you're looking for a bit more info. But enjoy Nevers vs Colomiers, FRUK, this Thursday evening. Provence v Oyonnax is a really big game in the battle for the playoffs and promotion, but Provence's home record is just a little bit too strong for us. As good as Oyonnax have been, they just can't get over the line away from home. Béziers v Grenoble is the other one we're split on. I've gone for Grenoble. I just think they need to start picking up some wins. But Béziers have got a very, very good home record, so it kind of makes sense that Rich has gone for them there. Vannes versus Carcassonne, I kind of cruelly asked early on the podcast earlier this week, could we see 100 points here it's really hard to. I mean, Van are not going to lose this. It's just how many are they going to beat Carcassonne by? Angoulême v Stade Montois, Mont-de-Marsan. This is an incredibly tough game to call because both teams are wildly unpredictable. Angoulême have the second worst home record in the league as things stand, which is remarkable for a team that finished 5th last season. They just can't string together any consistency. But Mont-de-Marsan are the kings of inconsistency. They do still have a terrible away record. They've only got that one draw. Could they get their first win on the road? It's a tough one. We're both going for Angoulême. I was very close to going for Mont-de-Marsan. Dax v Aurillac. Dax have gone really well at home recently. Aurillac got some big games coming up. They probably won't send that strong a side, and Dax should have too much up front. Valence-Romains hosting Biarritz. Biarritz kind of picking up a little bit of form, but they don't travel well. Valence-Romains still unbeaten at home, so they should win that one. And then Brive versus Agen. Brive, another team that kind of really needs a win. And Agen don't travel that fantastically, so we're both going for Brive in that one. They do pretty well in those 9 p.m. Friday kickoffs as well. Get in touch with your thoughts. If you've got any questions, stick them in the comments and we will reply. But enjoy Pro Day Dirt, round 20. Look out for the wildness. There's going to be something mad. And check out that NEVERS v Colomiers game on FR UK as well. Enjoy.